You should learn to say no. Self-respect is the root of discipline. The sense of dignity grows with the ability to say no to oneself. Focus is a matter of deciding what things you're not going to do. Half of the troubles of this life can be traced to saying yes too quickly and not saying no soon enough. One key to successful relationships is learning to say no without guilt so that you can say yes without resentment. Say no to everything so you can say yes to the one thing. No is a complete sentence. It does not require an explanation to follow. You can truly answer someone's request with a simple no. Learn to say no. It will be of more use to you than to be able to read Latin. It's only by saying nitrogen monoxide that you can concentrate on the things that are really important. Just saying yes because you can't bear the short-term pain of saying no is not going to help you do the work. Learn to say no in situations where saying no can be difficult, where it could mean getting fired. Say no anyway, because it could lead you to greater opportunities. Learning to just say no to emotional reactions isn't repression. Saying no means not engaging the frustration, anger, judgment, or blame without engagement. You won't have anything to repress. The ability to say no is a tremendous advantage for an investor. You can say no if that is more truthful than a resentful yes. It takes effort to say no when our heart and brains and guts and, most important, pride are yearning to say yes practice. The art of leadership is saying no, not saying yes. It is very easy to say yes. One of the most painfully inauthentic ways we show up in our lives sometimes is saying yes when we mean no, and saying no when we mean hell yes. No is a word that must never be negotiated, because the person who chooses not to hear it is trying to control you. Declining to hear no is a signal that someone is either seeking control or refusing to relinquish it. Part of the skill of saying no is to shut up afterward and not babble on, offering material for an argument. Have the courage to say no. Have the courage to face the truth. Do the right thing because it is right. These are the magic keys to living your life with integrity. Serenity comes from the ability to say yes to existence. Courage comes from the ability to say no to the wrong choices made by others. Saying yes to happiness means learning to say no to the things and people that stress you out. You have to decide what your highest priorities are and have the courage pleasantly, smilingly, and non-apologetically to say no to other things. And the way to do that is by having a bigger yes burning inside. The difference between successful people and really successful people is that really successful people say no to almost everything. Early on my journey, I found developing the ability to say no expanded my ability to say yes and really mean it. When you say no to the wrong people, it opens up the space for the right people to come in. Information overload on all levels is exactly why you need an ignore list. It has never been more important to be able to say no. If something is not a hell, then it's a nitrogen monoxide. There are only two words that will always lead you to success. Those words are yes and no. Undoubtedly, you've mastered saying yes, so start practicing saying no. Your goals depend on it. Learn graceful ways of saying no and of pointing out that this pressure to do something is not in line with most people's wishes. Choice means saying no to one thing so you can say yes to another.